Welcome back to the International Finance course unit offered by the Department of Commerce, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Sri Jayawardenepura. So last three sessions, you learned about the international finance and foreign exchange rates. And the session number 3, we discuss about the foreign exchange regimes. Now you know the background of the international finance with respect to the exchange rates and its regime or exchange rate system. Now today onward, we are going to discuss about the foreign exchange markets. Now, actually, in here we are going to learning on what type of foreign exchange market available in the international finance perspective, and what are those differences and their unique characteristics, and the exchange rates calculation in here we also discuss, and the specific features of each market comparative with each other we discuss on this session. Okay, so moving on our learning objective, now you can see in here we are going to describe the organizing of the foreign exchange market, and we are going to distinguish between the different market types like spot market, forward market, and currency market, as well as future markets. And then we like to dealing with the forward contracts as well as future contracts. And then after ending of this session, you will be able to clearly identify different type of foreign exchange market. So I forgot to tell you one thing. So this session is basically referring your chapter 7 in your recommended textbook. Please refer this chapter when you are dealing with this session number 4. Right. Okay, let's see about what is foreign exchange market. Foreign exchange market, actually it is the market or places where permit to transfers of purchasing power that is dominated in one currency to another. So normally we know that market is a place where we can exchange our currency into another terms of goods and services. But in here, the difference is we are exchanging or we are transferring our purchasing power not only in terms of domestic currency, but in terms of foreign currency as well. So therefore, the most of the currency transactions are channeled through the interbank market. That means when we are dealing with the foreign exchange market, we cannot do it by our person itself. Therefore, we have to use the bank process or bank transmission process to exchange goods and services using foreign currency denominators. Right. So therefore, most currency transactions are channeled through the worldwide interbank market, and the wholesale market in which each bank traded with each other. So therefore, we see that the banks or commercial banks or specialized banks are playing major role in foreign exchange market. So in here, this interbank market we normally call SWIFT, right? So if you are having internship in the commercial banks, please make sure that what is this SWIFT and how the banks are making this SWIFT transaction. So it gives you some practical knowledge regarding foreign exchange market transaction. So SWIFT means Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. Normally the interbank, that means the banks in the world connect with the networks electronically, as well as some brokers and traders. They are connecting with using latest technology. So this is what we call SWIFT bank, right? So this normally each and every bank in commercial banks, they are having their own SWIFT code. So when the person are dealing with this foreign exchange transaction, so normally they are referring this SWIFT code in their transactions, right? So for the practical knowledge, please refer those things if you are engaging in your internship in commercial banks, right? So this is very large market. Now you can see it almost 95% of the transactions are happening in the foreign exchange market. So you can see, you can imagine the wideness of the foreign exchange market in today's business world. Right. Now let's moving on the functions of foreign exchange market. Actually, we know that our markets, that domestic market functions are we are transferring purchasing power, right? That means if you have a money or if you have some sort of credit facilities, you can transfer your purchasing power for in terms of goods and services. Now, in the foreign exchange market also, the first most important function is the transfer of funds or purchasing power from one nation to another nation. Right. So we discussed in our session number 2 regarding what are the causes for demand for foreign currencies and what are the causes for supply of foreign currency, right? So normally if you are importing some goods from other countries, or if you are expected to travel other countries for leisure as well as business purposes, or if you're willing to invest your money into foreign exchange market or foreign markets, so normally those are the reasons that the rising demand for foreign currencies. Okay, so if the country is engaging with export and foreigners are visiting here as a tourist purpose or business purpose, or foreign investors invest in Sri Lankan context, so that are the sources rising for supply of foreign currencies. Since you are normally familiarized with those things, those demand and supply of foreign currency actually happening in foreign exchange market. So the foreign exchange market you cannot see as a physical places, but it is a virtual places, as well as now we know it is a in a digital platform. So we cannot say exactly these are the places where foreign exchange markets or foreign exchange transactions are happening, because it's now based on the technology. Even at home you can dealing with foreign exchange market. So second most important function is credit function, right? So the foreign exchange market also provide some credit provisions, so countries can take loans. Normally, you know, IMF and World Banks are referring some credit functions or credit facilities to the countries when they are dealing with the BOP deficits or trade deficits or some foreign currency crisis. Right. So I just briefly explained those things in our first 2 sessions, right? How countries are facing with deficits in terms of foreign currencies, and how if IMF and World Bank is going to make some role as a facility providers. Okay, so that also happening in foreign exchange market. Then the third most important function of foreign exchange market, which we cannot see at the domestic market, is we called minimizing foreign exchange risk, right? And now you know what is the meaning of foreign exchange risk, not in detail, but in brief, you know, foreign exchange risk mean the fluctuation of foreign exchange rate. Now, for an example, if today exchange rate is 190 rupees per dollar, okay, now you know our currency is getting depreciated rapidly. Now it is 193 rupees per dollar today. Okay, so then tomorrow it might be 195 rupees per dollar. So we don't know whether it is going to be increased or decreased, but that is why we call the fluctuation of foreign exchange. Therefore, we call it as foreign exchange risk. So foreign exchange market give facilities to not to eliminate foreign exchange risk, but minimizing foreign exchange risk. Now remember, none of the market cannot eliminate foreign exchange risk, because we cannot predict that foreign exchange rates in a constant way. Okay, it is changing, right? Even if you're having fixed exchange rate system, if some market forces making some pressure to the foreign exchange rate, so it's going to be changed, right? So foreign exchange market normally facilitates to minimize foreign exchange risk. So we discuss all these coming under the forward exchange rate, forward exchange market, future exchange market, as well as currency options market. Right? Therefore, remember, the foreign exchange market consists with 3 main functionings. First one is transferring purchasing power from one nation to another and providing credit facilities. as well as minimizing foreign exchange risk. Right. Once we are referring the foreign exchange market functions, now let's see who are the main participants. Okay, so foreign exchange market participants normally, as I told you under the SWIFT code, the large commercial banks as well as some investment banks. Okay, then what we discuss under the session 1, now you are familiarized with the multinational corporations. So MNCs are also playing major role in foreign exchange market. Not only that, foreign exchange dealers as well as foreign exchange brokers play some crucial role in foreign exchange market. Then the participants in commercial and investment transaction, that mean the individuals, okay, and the speculators and arbitragers, right? We discuss those two things in our future sessions, and arbitragers we discuss in very shortly. And the monetary authorities, specifically central bank, we know that we cannot enter into the foreign exchange market without having any authorized from the central bank, right? So central bank authorities coming through these large commercial banks, because the commercial banks monitoring power is handling with central bank. You know those things. Then foreign exchange brokers we discuss, and the clearing system. Normally, you know that the country need to have foreign exchange clearing system, right? Now, if you are referring the Lanka Pay clearing system, right? So they are making the intermediate process in between banks and customer to make the clearing system. Okay, so please refer your textbook exhibit 7.3 for the more details regarding foreign exchange market participant. Okay, so these are very important to you. Right. Now this is one kind of exercises you are going to work in out as a homework. Okay, please understand what is clearing system of foreign exchange transaction. Okay, so therefore you need to in here examine the clearing system of foreign exchange transaction in Sri Lanka. So what type of clearing systems practicing in Sri Lankan context? Okay, and what are the techniques applied in this clearing system, right? Then what are the characteristics? What are the unique features of those techniques or those techniques applied in our clearing system? And you have to compare the Sri Lankan clearing system with other two developing countries' system, right? At least refer to countries and identify their clearing system, and then compare how Sri Lankan clearing system and those two countries' clearing system is going to be same or are they different. And the same process in here you can do for the other two developed countries, right? I'm asking you to work out this because as a student who are following international finance subject, you need to have a background knowledge regarding the clearing system coming under the foreign exchange transaction, right? It is not only for your living context, that means in a Sri Lankan context, it is better to refer some other countries' clearing system and make a knowledge regarding how those systems are working out in those particular countries. Right? So that is what we call learning, right? The learning doesn't mean that what I am saying and what you are hearing. So you need to spare yours some time to learn through some sources, right? So therefore do these exercises as compulsory. I don't need your answers. Okay, I don't need your answers, but those are for your knowledge, right? I'm repeating again, do this exercise as compulsory exercise. Right. Now we are coming to the main part of the foreign exchange market. I told you that under the objective of the lesson, we are dealing with 4 types of foreign exchange market, right? We call it as a spot market and we call it as a forward market. Those spot and forward market normally we call over-the-counter market. Okay, so OTC markets are referring spot market and forward market, right? Because those transactions are done immediately and those transactions are clarified immediately. But when compared to the spot and forward market, if you are referring currency futures market and currency options market, those are not over-the-counter market. Normally, we call them as a derivatives. Derivatives, right? These currency options and current futures, we normally call derivatives. Okay, forward also we call derivatives, but forward and spot in here we are counting as over-the-counter market. Right? Now remember, these are the four main types of foreign exchange market: spot market, forward market, currency futures, and currency options. Right. Taking this understanding together, now we are moving to first market type coming under the foreign exchange market. Okay. So we call it as spot market. Right? So spot market, actually the word me get you the meaning. Okay. So the spot me, it is happening immediately. Okay. So currencies are traded for immediate delivery, which is actually within 2 business days after the transaction has been concluded. Now suppose that you are going to make agreement with the importer or foreign buyer that we are ready to export our garments or our textile to USA customer, right? So the agreement's happening today. Okay, so it's something like this, right? Now agreement happening today. Now this is the agreement happening day. That is our agreement, right? Then we are ready to deliver our goods to the USA, right? We deliver our goods to USA, right? Then after passing immediately 2 days, we received our payments in dollar, right? The maximum transaction period settlement days are 2 business days or 2 working days, right? It's happening today, and next within 2 days, the transaction settlements going to be over, right? That is what we call spot market transactions. Okay, the currencies are traded for immediate delivery, which is actually within 2 business days. That means the transaction now has been over or concluded within 2 business days, right? So payment of one currency and receipt of the other currency occurs in 2 days. Now you can see that's why we call it as spot market. The spot price will be expressed either in American term, that now you know what it is called, direct term, and or it can be a European term, that is we call indirect term. Right, now you are familiarized with those concepts coming under the international finance. Right, so bank do not normally charge a commission on their currency transaction, but they profit from spread between buying and selling rate. Right, now under your chapter number 2 or section number 2, you familiarize with bid and ask price. Right, I discussed with you regarding the bid and ask price coming under the foreign exchange rates. Right, so normally when the spot market, the bank does not charge any commission, but we can see this commission coming under the currencies and option market. We will discuss in later at that point. But for the spot market, normally bank earn profit or even they may gain losses due to the spread between buying and selling rate. Now you know bid rate mean the bank buying rate, ask rate is a bank selling rate. Right, so let's see how they make profit. Okay, let's see how they make profit. Right, okay, moving to the next slide. We can see the transaction cost or the making losses or profit depending on through the spot exchange transaction via bid and ask spread. Bid ask spread, that means the difference between bid and ask prices. Right, in here you need to refer your section number 2 if you don't remember what is a bid rate and ask rate. Right, so the spread between bid and ask rate normally we call bid ask spread. right? It is actually stated as percentage cost of transacting in the spot market. Okay, so normally this is a profit margin, or we can say loss that occurring in spot market transaction. Then how calculate the bid ask spread rate? You can see that ask rate divided minus by bid rate, and the answer should be divided by ask rate and multiplied by 100. So it given as a percentage. Right now you can see the codes given as a bid and ask rate. And I told you that normally this quotation is not given like this. For the first purpose, for the initial purpose, I write it like this. But remember, you are getting this one as 0.0074 and dash. It's given as last digit of your ask rate, right? Then you need to know how to write the ask price in a lengthy way. Right now in here you are getting the extension pro format, but normally we are not given this format in your future purposes, right? Then ask price, that is your ask price in here, the bank ask price, and minus it by bank bid price or selling buying price, and divided it by ask price. Now you can see when they are dealing with this kind of bid and ask spread, they are having nearly 3.9% of profit margin nearly, right? Because they are buying at lower price and selling at higher price. So that's a simple explanation, right? They are buying at 74 and they are selling at 77. So your profit margin is nearly 3.9%, right? That's simple, right? Okay. But in here, we can see that in the foreign exchange market, it's happening on based on currency in terms of another currency. But if you are looking at the domestic market perspective, we are buying at lower price and you are selling it into the higher price market. The difference between buying and selling rate, you call it as a profit. But in here, you buying a good by paying foreign currency, and you selling the good by receiving another foreign currency. So difference between buying currency rate and selling currency rate, you can calculate your profit margin. So that is happening under the spot marketplace. Okay, right. So keeping that things mind in your understanding, let's move into one particular interesting concept coming under the foreign exchange market, specifically spot market. We call it as currency arbitrage. Now, in our previous slides, I explained to you, normally banks earn a profit from the spread between buying and selling rate. When they are dealing with the spot market transaction, they earn profit. Not only the bank, right? All the parties who are engaging with the spot market transaction, they normally earn this type of profit based on the spread between ask and bid rate, bid and ask rate, right? So that scenario we can explain through the concept called currency arbitrage. Right? So arbitrage mean, now you refer this term, right? Arbitrage mean you buy something at a lower price and sell it to the high price, right? So currency arbitrage can be happening in the commodity market as well as currency market, asset market, interest rate market also, right? The simple meaning of arbitrage mean you buy something at a low price and you sell it at a high price, right? So normally you are buying at low price, right? And you are going to sell it at high price. So difference between this low buying price and high selling price, you can see there is a profit. Okay, so it is the same scenario that you can see from currency arbitrage, right? You can see the currency arbitrage. So exchange traders are continually alert to the possibility of taking advantage through currency arbitrage transaction, where exchange rate inconsistencies in different monetary system. Now, what is actually currency arbitrage mean? Now, the international traders or exchange traders are taking alert in the market, and if they find out there are some inconsistencies happening in exchange rates in different monetary system, that means in different countries, what they can do is they buy currency where it exchange rate is low, and they sell currencies where exchange rate is high. So that is same scenario. You buy good at a low price market and sell it at a high price market, right? Now, assuming that you are continually buying good in a low price market and you try to sell it into the high price market, right? Now, assuming that this is market A, right, where good prices are low, and this is market B where good prices are high, right? Now what people can do is they buy product from market A, right? And they try to sell it to the market B at high price, right? When people are trying to buy the things from low market price, what we can see, the demand of that particular market automatically increase, that it give pressures to increase the demand, right? When demand is increases, we know that it give pressures to increase the price. Then what will happen at the end? When you are trying to buy something at a lower price market, the ultimate impact is the prices is going to be high because of having continuous demand for low price good, right? So the same picture you can see, the reverse picture you can see in other market where its prices are high, right? Then people are trying to sell at that market, right? When the selling is going to be high, we can see that the supply of the goods are going to be high in that market. When the supply is continuously increasing, it gives pressure for the price to getting down. Then you can see the market where initially at lower price now continue to at the price in high market, and the market where initially at a high price now it tends to getting low prices. Now this is already happening in foreign exchange market, right? When people see, or when traders can see that some particular countries exchange rates are lower than other exchange rate in other country, people try to buy currency where the exchange rates is lower, right? And they try to sell immediately those currencies where exchange rates are high. Okay, so the transaction involve buying currency in one market and selling into another. Where they buy, normally they buy at low exchange rate market, where they sell the market where exchange rate is high, right? So such activities tend to keep exchange rate uniform in various markets. How it is happening? When people are buying currencies at low exchange rate market, okay, normally the exchange rate going to be high at the end, like what I discussed in a good market, right? When people are continuously selling their currencies at the market where exchange rates are high, ultimately that exchange rate going to be low. Okay, so then that arbitrage profit, or what we call the profit earning through exchange rate differences, going to be vanished. That is why it says currency arbitrage transaction explain why such profitable opportunities are very short-lived. Right? You cannot take the continuous profit. Why? When you are buying foreign currencies at a low exchange rate market, ultimately that exchange rate going to be high at that low exchange rate market. When you are selling exchange rate to the high exchange rate market, ultimately that exchange rate going to be low where initially exchange rate is high. Okay, So therefore, we can see that in the process of taking advantage of an arbitrage opportunity, the buying and selling of currencies tend to move rates in manner that eliminate the profit opportunities in future. Right? So that's why we call when profitable arbitrage opportunity disappear, we call that place or that occasion as no arbitrage condition. So therefore, you cannot see any processing or any transaction in between traders where exchange rates going to be low and high. That is happening in spot market. Right? Okay, let's look at the example. Then you can see you can get more understanding about what is meaning of currency arbitrage. So before that, you have to keep in mind that arbitrage can be happening in two forms. Right? Arbitrage can be happening in two forms. One we call 2-point arbitrage. That means only you have two centers. You buying at one center and you selling it to another center. But normally we are discussing in triangular arbitrage. That means you are having connection with three marketplaces, right? So triangular means you have three marketplaces, right? It is something called like this, right? You are having three marketplaces. You buy something in here, you sell it in here, and again you sell something in here, right? It is happening like triangular, right? So that is what we call triangular arbitrage. Right? Now, suppose this example. Now, pound selling is bid at $1.9422 in New York and euro is offered the dollar in €1 at dollar price 1.4925 in Frankfurt. Right? In the same time, the London Bank offering pound sterling at euro 1.2998. Now, you can see there are three different types of exchange rates. So one exchange rate given as a New York market exchange rate and another exchange rate given as a Frankfurt market exchange rate, another exchange rate given as a London market exchange rate, right? These are banking exchange rate with respect to USA and German and the other one is we call London or UK. Okay, then we can see three markets in here, right? That is what we call triangular, right? In here you can see New York, right? In here you can see Frankfurt, and finally you can see London. Okay. Now the New York customer can buy something in here and sell it to here, and he can buy another thing from here and sell it to here. And then he can again buy something in here and come into the initial point and make sure that whether he earn profit or loss. Right? Now we are having three exchange rates in three marketplaces. Right? Now let's see how they can earn profit or ended up with loss if they are dealing with three different exchange rate. Right? Now you can see in here, the trader would sell dollar for euros in Frankfurt, right? So trader can start it from take dollars in USA market or London, New York market and go to the Frankfurt market and turn his dollar into euro. Then taking that euro into the pound London market, he can exchange that euro into pound, right? Similarly, that pound again he can take it into the New York market and sell it into dollar. Normally it's happening like here in the New York market, dollar is transferred to euro, right? In the Frankfurt market or in a London market, that euro is again transferred to pound, right? Then again, he come into the New York market. Under the New York market, he transfer that pound into dollar. Now you can see the starting currency is dollar. That is started from New York. And ending currency is also in dollar and it is also similar to New York. Right? Before he come into the New York, starting from New York, first he go to the Frankfurt, then go to the London, and coming back to the New York. So difference between this buying and selling rate we call currency arbitrage profit or loss. Right? Now let's see. The trader would be able to acquire sterling at $1.94. Right? $1.94 in London. Right? That is in your transaction in here. Right? And selling it to $1.9422 in New York. Right? Let's see in here what we call through diagram. Right? Now you can see the diagram in here. Okay. Now these are three marketplaces. You can see from New York and Frankfurt and then London. Now people starting from that person, the trader starting from New York market, assuming that he has $100,000 in his hand or $1 million in his hand, then he converted that dollar in Frankfurt market into euro. How we converted? By using this given exchange rate. Right? When he converted the dollar into euro under the Frankfurt market, he ended up with euro 670,016.75 euro. Okay. Then taking that euro 670,000 into the London market, what he can do is now he can convert it euro into pound. How much pound he will receive in terms of euro 670,000? So he will receive pound 515,000 pound in London market. Now what he can do is he can take its pound 515,000 to again New York market, and he can convert it into dollar again. Now, if he converted it pound 515,000 into dollar, he ended up with dollar more than 1 million. You can see, right? Then what is his profit? Now earning, the beginning he started with $1 million. He ended up with more than $1 million. Then difference between starting dollar and finishing dollar, you can see at the triangular arbitrage, he earned $1,159.5 as his arbitrage profit. I believe you are understanding the meaning of triangular arbitrage. You are starting from New York market at the beginning of $1 million. Then you come into the Frankfurt market and converted your dollar into dollar into euro by using the given exchange rate. Then you ended up with euro 670,000 as a result of converting your $1 million into euro. Right? Then you take that euro into London market, and the London market you change your dollar into your euro into pound, and you ended up with pound 515,000. Then you are taking that pound into again New York market, and you convert your pound into dollar. Then you ended up with more than 1 million. Right? Now you can see under the Frankfurt market, you convert dollar into euro. Okay, you convert dollar into euro. Then in the London market, you convert euro into pound. Right? Then again in the New York market, you convert pound into dollar. This is what we call arbitrage. You are starting from dollar. You ended up with dollar. Right? Then you are earning profit through this transaction. That is what we call in this profit. Okay, so that is what we call triangular arbitrage. Now, instead of starting from the New York market, if you had euro million or euro 1,000 or whatever, please work it out whether you are ended up with another arbitrage profit. Now, instead of starting from New York, now you can start from Frankfurt. As example, assuming that you have euro 1,000 in your hand. right? Then find the market where you can convert your euro into another currency and that currency into another currency and then ended up with euro again. Okay, or else you can start at your arbitrage process from London market, assuming that you have 100 or you have £1,000 in your hand. Then look at the market where you can convert your pound into another currency such as dollar or euro. Then that dollar or euro converted into another currency and you need to end up with pound in your process. And make sure that whether you can earn more than £1,000 at the end of your arbitrage transaction. Also, make sure that whether you can end up with more than €1,000 if you are starting from €1,000. That's what we call triangular arbitrage. And in here, I want to make sure another point that in here we are assuming that we are starting from $1,000, then you are ended up with $1,001, right? And let's you working out starting from euro 1,000 as well as pound 1,000, and make sure that you can earn the same profit as you started from 1,000. right? මේකේ නැවතත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ workout කරන්න. දැන් මේක පටන් ගත්තේ ඩොලර්ස් වලින්නේ. මෙතන start උනේ dollar into euro, euro into pound, right? Dollar into euro and euro into pound and again pound into dollar, right? Let's start it with pound, right? Pound into say euro, then euro into dollar, or else dollar into pound. Make sure that you have to considering your currency exchanges given based on given exchange rate, right? Or you can start it with euro and go with dollar and euro into pound and pound into euro, something like that, right? Make sure that whether you are earning the same profit if you are going with the 3 different processes. Work it out, okay? Or you can start it with like this, euro into pound, right? Then pound into dollar and dollar into euro again, right? You have several options. Work it out and make sure that whether you are ended up with the same process. Okay, that is your next exercise. Right. Okay. I believe that now you are in a position to understanding what is the meaning of triangular currency arbitrage. Right? So here you can see another exercises, right? Do mini case arbitraging currency cross rate exercise in your page number 271 in recommended textbook and familiarize with arbitrage process. Okay, so that is the meaning of currency arbitrage. And the last point I want to make sure that when you are starting from pound, starting from dollar and you are going with the Frankfurt market, right? You try to sell dollar and buy euro in Frankfurt market, right? Then what happened to the exchange rate in Frankfurt market? Right? Where you are coming with dollars into the Frankfurt market, you try to sell dollar into Frankfurt market and buy euro into from the Frankfurt market. Then you sell dollar, buy euros, right? Then exchange rate in Frankfurt market getting increase, right? The similar thing happening in London market, right? In London market, what we are trying to do is you try to sell euro and buy pound, right? Then what happened to the London market exchange rate? It's going to be increased. Then similar thing happening in here in New York market again, because in New York market, you try to sell pound and buy dollar, right? Then again, exchange rate going to be changed in New York market. My point is when arbitrage process continue like this, right? Going to Frankfurt market, sell dollar, buy euro. Going to London market, sell euro, buy pound. Going to New York market again, sell pound, buy dollar. Then exchange rate going to be changed in those markets. At the end, you cannot earn this $1,159 as your currency arbitrage profit, right? That's why we call at the end when there is When this process is continue, the arbitrage profitable opportunity going to be disappeared, and there is no arbitrage condition holds any more. Right? So therefore, this currency arbitrage profit or loss making is only for very short time period. But traders are continue this because they can earn profit if they can uh, capturing the information regarding foreign exchange rates in different marketplace in accurate base. Okay, so that's the meaning of currency arbitrage in spot market. Okay, so let's move into the second market type, foreign exchange market, that is forward exchange market.